Hey, what's up everyone? This is Nadine Miskovich here, Sunlit Warrior, and I'm really excited to be coming to you all this week because this week was a pretty big deal for me. I celebrated 4 years of living a life in recovery. And for me, what that means today is that I'm able to be a good friend, a good daughter, a great sister, a good aunt to my nieces and nephews, and I'm able to be here and truly be present in the moment. You know, some of the things that I've learned over the last few years of being in recovery is really discovering who I am, who Nadine is, and why I was put here on this earth, and really what my purpose is and what, mission that I was sent here to do. And one of the greatest things that I've learned is really allowing my faith to be greater than my fears. And what I mean by that is we all have fears, right? I know in the last few weeks, that's kind of what we've been talking about is really fear of judgment or fear of what other people think of us or fear of really wondering, who I am and really understanding that we are enough exactly the way that we are. And that was one of I'd say, hardest things for me to discover, but one of the most fulfilling is that I am enough. And for the longest time, I did not believe that. For the longest time, I believed that I had to live up to some type of expectation or to be somebody else who I truly wasn't. And so today, being able to live a life in recovery, being able to wake up and put a real smile on my face, to not wear a mask and pretend to be somebody that I'm not, to really be accepted for who I am, exactly the way that I am. And there's truthfully no greater feeling than that. I've been able to really understand and figure out, who I am and why I was sent here, and to continue to serve others and share my voice, to really let other people understand and know that they're not the only ones, that we were put here on this earth together because we are in this together. And I'm so grateful to be able to live the life that I am and being able to work with Rise Together and be able to share my story of recovery. And not just for me, but for you, for the thousands of youth that I am in front of every year, for my friends and for my neighbors and for people that I don't even know. I do it because we all have a story. And I want other people to understand that your story is important just as much as mine is. And so over the last few years, especially this last week, I've really been reflecting on that, really reflecting on who I am. I've been able to really look into and think about where the last 10 years has led me. It was exactly 10 years ago that I started using some type of altering substance, and I I never imagined that my life would be here today in 10 years. And this last week I was actually part of a workshop of really looking forward to the next 10 years and what the next 10 years of my life could bring. And it's truly beautiful for once to actually plan ahead and actually look forward to the future and look forward to what God has in store for me. Because at one point in my life, I wasn't looking forward to the future. I wasn't looking forward to the next day. And now today, I'm able to wake up and be proud of who I am and be grateful and finally have this sense of joy in my heart because I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I ask all of you, really, I want to hear from all of you, whether I believe that we're all in recovery of some sorts, whether you're in recovery from addiction or self-harm, or maybe you're just in recovery from life. because we all have struggles and we all have difficult times, right? But how are we overcoming those challenges? You know, the last few years I've gone through some really difficult times. Being in recovery has not necessarily been easy. And I've been able to really rely on having a good support system, having good friends and family that I surround myself with, and having mentors and people that I look up to, whether they're speakers or authors or other friends in recovery. I know that without these individuals, and especially without my faith and driving more towards God and my purpose, I wouldn't be here today. And so I'm really wondering, how do you overcome your struggles or your challenges? What do you do when you are having a difficult time? I'm hoping that we can continue to have these conversations, because the way that I see it, the more often we share what's going on in our lives, the more often we're going to be able to build a better connection and relationships with one another. And that's what I really hope to see coming from this. Because this vlog, like I said last week, is just not essentially all about me. It's about all of us. And it's about learning from one another and maybe taking advice and really understanding, maybe what is working for somebody else might work for you. Another great thing that I've learned is really understanding what self-care means. I'm really taking care of myself. And what I mean by that is really learning to love myself before I can love others. And I hope that, we'll be able to discover these things together, and understanding like taking care of yourself and what that truly means. So I look forward to hearing from all of you this next week. This next week we're going to be going into Christmas and New Year's pretty soon, which is unbelievable. So I'm going to be doing some really great reflecting, and even looking forward to what types of goals maybe we're setting for the new year and what we're looking at doing over this next year in 2018. So again, I hope some of you will share with me how you overcome your struggles or your challenges, and I hope we can continue to learn and grow together. Much love, guys. I'll see you next week.